welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are new here, you're welcome. I hope my content inspires you to stay. My name is Forson. Here on this channel, I share some fashion and beauty hauls. I also share snippets of my life journey and experiences and a little bit of everything. Please stick and stay. 5 or more culture shocks that I have, experienced since I moved to the United States. Because trust me, so many things are different over here. And the one that you want to know about is going to be saved for the last. You want to know what I have saved for the last second stay, and make sure you watch this video to the end. First culture shock I want to share with you is the fact that there are homeless people in the United States of America. I was so surprised to see people sleeping outside in this cold weather. Guys, I was so surprised. I didn't know that there were homeless people or people sleeping outside because they don't have a place to live or they don't have a place to stay in the US. So that was like one thing that really shocked me, to see people, sleeping outside. And another thing that really shocked me was the fact that, so there are actually people who go out begging for money to buy food or to buy water or something. So that was like one of the things that really surprised me, because I know in my country Ghana, like there are people, homeless people, you see them sleeping under the bridges, in front of shops. But when I moved over to the United States and I saw people sleeping outside because they don't have like homes, or people asking for money to buy food, I was so surprised because I was not expecting that in a whole United States of America. So that's one thing that really shocked me. The second thing that shocked me when I moved to the United States was the educational system. So their grading is so different. In Ghana, if you get like 80 to like maybe 90, or 85 to maybe 90, or 85 to let's say 100, that is like an A. But here in the United States, you have to get like 95 and above, and it varies depending on the professor. Some professors expect you to get like a 90 or 100 to make an A, and some other professors actually expect you to get a 95 to 100 to get an A. But in Ghana, it's different. I know some schools have different grading systems, but the school that I, was enrolled in, you just have to get like an 85. So 85 to 100, then you can get an A. But here you have to get like maybe a 95 or a 90 or a 93 or 100 to get an A. So that was one thing that really kind of surprised me. Another thing that also surprised me in like the educational system was the fact that they give you some breaks in class. So I am actually enrolled in 5 courses, and all the 5 courses I am enrolled in, I am doing 3 credit hours for all of them. So that's like staying in class for a whole 3 hours, okay? But these professors are so thoughtful that they give us breaks. So sometimes you can get some 15 minutes break or 10 minutes break, just to, stretch your legs, use the bathroom or the restroom. So that's one thing that really surprised me in the educational system. Another thing that also surprised me in the educational system was the fact that you can snack in class. My university in Ghana, you dare not eat in class, you dare not snack in class. Even if you want to do it, you have to hide it. I think the only thing you can do in class is maybe, sip on some water. But aside that, you cannot snack or eat in class because, it's kind of offensive. But over here, you can feel free, you can eat or you can snack, and the professor is okay with it. And I feel like that was one thing that really surprised me in the educational system. Another thing that kind of surprised me in the educational system is the class arrangement. You can see each other on your left or your right, or a lot of people are not behind you. So it's like the class setup or the arrangement of the class is quite different. Another thing that really shocked me was the fact that The educational system here is a participatory one. You have to participate in class, okay? There's nothing like I don't know. There's nothing like I have no answer or I have no idea. There's nothing like I don't want to say anything. You will participate in class because for their grading system, you get some marks for participating in class, and sometimes it holds like 25 marks. Trust me, you don't want to let go of a whole 25 marks, which is going to make a difference in your grading. So over here, participation is very key. Like, it's actually compulsory. You don't have a choice. You have to talk in class. You have to do group presentations. You even have to do your personal presentation. So over here, participation is like key, very, very compulsory. So that was one thing that, you know, kind of shocked me completely. Another thing that actually shocked me was the changes that they have in their time. So there's something called daylight saving. I had no idea about it till I moved to the United States. So basically, it is when the changes in the time. This happens twice in a year. So it happens in the fall and then in the spring. So usually in the spring they gain an hour, and then in the fall they, you know, lose an hour or fall back an hour. This is so different to me, and it kind of shocked me. I'm like, why is there like changes in time? I was very surprised when I came to know about something like that. So guys, that is another thing that shocked me. Another thing that also shocked me was tips. Over here, tips is kind of compulsory, I guess, because wherever you go, like especially when you go to the restaurant to eat, even if you pay for the amount you're supposed to pay for, you're still expected to give them a tip. I don't know why this is expected of you, because I paid for what I had to pay for. But anyways, I feel like that is the culture over here. When you go out to eat, or you know, you go out to drink, you're supposed to give a tip after you've made payment. That is very surprising because we don't do that in my country. In my country, if you want to tip somebody, it has to be like optional. You want to do it. It's not like you're expected to do it. You know, you do it because you want to do it, but you're not expected. But over here, it's like you're expected. Even if you pick an Uber and you pay for the amount you're supposed to pay for, you, like, you know, you still have to give them a tip. Another thing that also surprised me about Uber was the fact that you make the payment while you're, you know, ordering for the ride before like the person comes over to pick you up. In my country, basically it is you make payment after the trip, but here you make the payment when you are booking for the trip, like when you're booking for the Uber to come get you. That's when you make payment, and that was like very surprising. Because another thing that surprised me, okay, that surprised me was the fact that you get taxed on every single item that you purchase. It does not matter if it's just water that you purchased. Whatever you purchase for, you are going to be taxed. They tax you on every single thing, and that was, you know, shocking. Another thing that really surprised me when I got to know about, or when I found out, was the fact that after the year you can always file for your tax. So if you're earning, like if you're working and you're earning a salary every month, every year you can file for your tax. And if you're eligible based on different, you know, circumstances or criteria, first for everyone, but I'm speaking for myself, you can file for tax every year. I mean, the beginning of the year. If you, like, you know, you've been working and you've been earning some salary, you can file for tax, and your money will be kind of, you know, reimbursed. Even though you're not going to get everything, you're still going to get some percentage of like your tax, which was very fascinating. Another thing that shocked me was the fact that you can, you know, make payment on purchases at the mall, or when you go to Walmart by yourself. So for example, when you go to Walmart, you can just, you know, swipe your card and make payments without the help of any shop assistant, which I found very, you know, surprising, because it's not like that in my country. In my country, when you buy stuff, you go to the shop assistant or, like, you know, the desk to make payment. But over here, once you have your credit card, all you have to do is like scan the items and then, you know, make payments with your credit card. which I found was, it's easy, but it was a little bit surprising for me. So that was one thing that kind of shocked me over here, because like they trust people. No, actually, the system is working over here. The system actually works. You cannot, do otherwise. You cannot be a deviant. You have to, like, follow the right procedures and stay out of trouble. So people just do what's right in this country. Another thing that surprised me was the fact that there are scammers in this country. I was only thinking it was in Ghana where somebody will randomly call you and say, "Hey, I am this person and please." In the United States, scammers or fraudsters are real. You can get strange calls or strange text messages from people imposing to be people they are not. Will scam people over here, so please, you don't just pick up any call, or you don't just reply anybody at all, especially if you don't know the person. So that was one thing that was kind of shocking in this country. What else? I think so far that has been like things that are kind of shocked me in this country. But anyways, if you're also in the United States and I didn't say something that was on your mind, please put it in the comment section. And if you want me to do a part 2 of this video, let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely do it for you guys. If you've watched the video till this point and you have not hit the like button, or you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so. Please hit the subscribe button, guys, because there's more of these amazing contents coming your way. Thank you so much for watching, and please engage with me in the comment section, because you guys know I reply to every single comment. Let's keep the interaction going on. Until I see you guys in my next videos, I love you all. Mwah.